What is up? It's your boy Jonni.shreve. I have BB promos to tell like it is, guys. Welcome back to a podcast uncut. Before we get started, guys, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. A lot of you guys are watching the videos but not subscribing, so make sure you guys hit the subscribe button so the next time I put a video, you'll be the first ones to get it. I'm putting out some juicy, good info, free info that will help change your life for the better or save it. I promise you that. Also, make sure you guys just hit that description below and check out all those links and discount codes that can help your life, again, to help your life for the better or save it. Anyway, guys, let's just talk a couple things I want to talk about. I am actually taking off today. I get to go home and see my family. I haven't been home in 2 years. I mean, I had a little blip of seeing my mom, my dad for like 12 hours in the summertime. And this is the first time in 2 years bringing my daughter home and letting her see the rest of her family and my family. So I'm really excited about that. It's very important for me is to see my family. I find a lot of times when I'm away from for so long, it adds to the mental stress on me. So it's very important. So I find that, for you guys that are out there, advice, go see the families. Go say hi to the mom and dad, friends, families, whoever it is. Tell them you love them because you don't know how long they'll be here for. I'm not trying to say that to scare people at all, but I used to have an issue with time before. A lot of people think that time is very free, and it is. Time is very free for all of us. We get time. We wake up and we have that time is ours, but time is limited. Time is finite. Your time is, and I try to do my best to use my time the best way I can. And I find that most of the time, if you're, sometimes we're always overthinking things. We're always in the future worrying about what might happen that's not even there yet, or we're in the past worrying about the things that have happened. And I had a really awesome meeting with my therapist last week. It was absolutely phenomenal. I do recommend, if you guys are out there who are struggling with mental health or not, or if you even don't struggle, find someone to talk to be able to talk about your feelings. And if you don't have something like that, write things down. I find the best thing to do is write how you feel down. It's good to kind of let some things out. Write it down, read over it, and see how things are going. There's also some cool things you can do. We call it opposite action thinking, or opposite thinking actions, something like that. Either way, the whole point of it is basically to do the opposite of what's triggering you in your mental health. So, for instance, if you're someone who has issues with anxiety, and anxiety being one of those things that are, we're really worried about the future, or, time and everything else. We're kind of like scrambling about, oh my God, or getting worried about or worked up about something that's not even happening or even can happen or whatever it is, or worrying about the past, whatever. A good little thing to do is, a couple of things is, if you have an analog watch or even a watch with a second hand on it, literally stare at that second hand, stare at the analog, stare at the seconds go by. And just watch it go by, and it'll kind of bring yourself back to the moment, because it's going to tell you right now that this is a time that actually matters, and it actually could calm you down a little bit. Also, there's a couple things you can do too with the breathing. There's a couple different variations of breathing techniques. You can do a 5-second or 6-second inhale and an 8-second exhale, or even 10 seconds if you can, get yourself up to that, pace, I guess, when it comes to your breathing. And that's, again, going to help you, center yourself and bring yourself back down to your, to your center, to this present moment. I find a lot of time, every time I did dialectical behavioral therapy, and a lot of the tools we did was like, we went through a lot of breathing exercises, and I found that when you really focus on your breathing, you really don't think about anything else, which is so weird and cool at the same time. Because if you're really, focusing on, inhaling, and then exhaling, and just kind of like calm yourself down. It actually helps. If you have like an Apple Watch, you can literally seriously check your heart rate and start doing those breathing exercises, and you can see your heart rate slow right down. So those are some things I find that really help me out, is just really focus on the breathing. Anyway, so some other things I want to talk about that I've seen happen and in the last couple of days I want to chime in on, and they're really some things we should all think about. I don't know. Either way, so this past weekend, their NPC Nationals were on this weekend. I don't know if anyone's paid attention to it at all, but an athlete went on, and that athlete didn't look up to par. So I'm going to swing over here to Nick Strength and Power. And so I don't know if anyone of you guys seen this before, but there was a gentleman who went on stage at NPC Nationals, one of the biggest events for for all the American athletes who are trying to get a pro card. So their nationals, one of the biggest ones. And this gentleman on stage, and he's very big. So I'm going to roll this for you guys. I'm going to talk about it.
All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got an interesting video for you guys today. This is is also relating to the NPC National. It's wrapped up this weekend. So a super heavyweight competitor that you guys can see here that competed in Nationals this weekend has been getting a lot of attention. Really, to be fair, he's been getting kind of pretty negative attention. I saw Ron Harris from MD, they put up a video about this. I've seen a bunch of people sharing some of the photos of this guy. I'm not going to name him because I really don't want to see him get any more grief than he's already gotten. But long story short, as you guys can tell, there was a bodybuilder that competed in Nationals that was clearly, he was out of shape. And we're not just talking about his conditioning was off or he missed his peak. He was clearly in a body fat percentage range of like 25% up. Like,
no, I want to say something here because it's really, for you guys to kind of like get it here. So we have this gentleman here on stage, and let's be smart here. Let's be completely honest. I'm gonna tell it like it is. This is a bodybuilding show. It's his Nationals, and athletes go on stage to get judged by their physiques on stage. They're getting judged on muscularity, conditioning, stage presence, balance, symmetry, those things. That is the criteria for this. So the gentleman here clearly is not any of those things. Now, whose fault is that? Now, a lot of guys are saying, they shouldn't allow this to happen, blah, blah, how to get up there, yada, 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 this, that, and the other. Number one, this is a national qualifying show, which means that people on this show will end up winning their pro card. So I just did a video the other day showing you guys what we had to go through to get a pro card. Only one of us got a pro card, one or two of us a year, literally. And that was the quality of the shows. There was a stream. You had to do, back in the day, provincials first, then win provincials, then go to the next show, and then nationals. You had to win first a few shows locally before you can go to nationals and step on stage. This gentleman just got on stage at nationals. I don't know how he qualified, but is that his fault that he's on stage? No, I don't think it's his fault at all. If he's got the balls and stones to get up on stage look like that, go right ahead. The promoters are going to take his money like they did. Should the promoters have said, hey, man, and I can guarantee you some of the promoters are probably like, yeah, if I don't take his money, I'm screwed. I'm probably going to get, ostracized or told I'm fat shaming or whatever it is. And, they probably took his money. And that's basically how it probably worked. Or they're like, I don't really care who goes in there. I'm going to get money for the show. Which I believe is probably one of the reasons too, because you're not going to pass up on, how much, first of all, to compete in Canada, it was $250 just to compete at the nationals. Not on top of that, you had to pay for your actual membership. It was like another $150 on, or $125 on top of that. So you're paying already $300 and $400 just to get on stage, not including your tan, if you're a woman, hair and makeup and all that other stuff like that. So you're already paying a lot of money anyway. So promoters aren't going to be like, no, I'm not going to take this bit of money, because you're basically like, that's basically, put it this way. You got 100 competitors that pay $250. There you go. You're basically covered your expenses for your whole show. And then you get your promotions through your, sponsorships and everything else like that. And you make a lot of money. Anyway, should this guy have been let on stage? Should he be allowed to be on stage? Well, I don't think he should have not been allowed on stage. I think if they did a better job with a, qualifying stream at all, or, however you get there, like, you need to qualify. Obviously, this guy can literally just go walk up to nationals and go on stage, what I think is actually not good for the sport at all. If you want, look, bodybuilding, they're trying to make bodybuilding a sport where we can take it serious as a legitimate, real sport. And I know for a fact that even even at university level, college, collegiate level, if you're not recruited to go to, any school you want to go to, whatever sport you want to play in, if you're not recruited, you got to walk on and you got to make the team. And then you get cut if you're not good enough. And there's been some awesome stories about guys who've been able to walk on and they've made themselves stars and had an awesome career in whatever sport they did. There's a ton of those stories, right? But bodybuilding somehow in the last, since 2017, they've opened up the floodgates, allowing anybody to just go on stage. The qualifying shows are basically, I'm not saying a joke, but it's literally a joke. You can just get on stage, and if there's a few people there, you qualify. You're good to go. So there has to be more of a policing standard. The standard's got to be a little higher when you have at this level, like we're talking national level, you want the best of the best on stage. You don't want to allow a person like this to just walk on stage. Now, you guys are gonna be like, well, he has every right to. Of course, he has every single right to, but understand this: he's getting judged on the things I just talked about. You know, conditioning, muscularity, balance, presentation, symmetry, all those things they're getting judged on. So this would be similar to someone like him going and trying out for basketball, and he can't dribble, and he can't jump or shoot. Right? Would they allow him on the team? Probably not, because there's a criteria to step on stage. Now, did this guy do a, crazy transformation and lose even more weight? I don't know. But there's a place for that. There's a time and a place for that. There's some shows have transformation, categories that are there to have those people who don't want to be on stage to get judged in this sort of fashion, but they want to go on stage and be praised for the awesome transformation they did. So I'm not gonna take away from this guy and say that he doesn't deserve to be there. He has every right to be in any place that allows him to be there. That's the beauty of these days, I guess. You can just kind of do what you want and kind of whatever, get on stage and be on stage with these guys who are work their asses off. Now, I'm not saying this guy didn't work his ass off. I'm just saying that there needs to be a better criteria for athletes when it comes to the qualifying stream, so they can avoid, gentlemen like this going on stage, But for that guy, he's got some stones. I can tell you right now, that guy has stones. I don't care. I've heard some things like people like, yeah, I heard that he has some kind of, he's not all there, blah, blah, blah. I don't know the guy. I'm not going to say that. All I'm going to say is this guy has some balls to get on stage and showcase whatever. If he's even doing it for fun, just to be like, ha ha, screw bodybuilding, good for him. He did his job, right? You can't blame the guy for getting on stage, for being allowed to be on stage. That's all I'm going to say about that. I want you guys to comment below. What do you guys think? What do you guys honestly think about that? I want you guys to, keep it, just keep it PG. Let's not be harsh. Let's tell it like it is, the real way, Now, to the second one I want to talk about. Did you guys see the Woodley Jake Paul 2 fight? Okay, so we got to talk about this. I was already watching this, and I was taking like parts from, I tried to look up a bunch of video and whatnot, but here's my take on this before we even start this video. It's the same on, but I'm going to compare this to bodybuilding. So when you have bodybuilders, show pictures of just themselves, and then maybe just themselves and some other people, they look really, really good. And then when you put them on stage next to the best, they're not really that good. But until you put them on stage next to the other guys who are actually really good, the guy you see that's just showing pictures on Instagram looks really, really, really good. Until they're up against actual really good bodybuilders. Now, when it comes to boxing, I have not yet seen Jake actually fight a legitimate boxer. Jake is just knocking off a bunch of MMA athletes who are not boxers. And when you see them in the ring together, yeah, it's got the illusion of what a great fight. It's awesome. It's amazing. Like, put it this way. If you guys watch, I'm not trying to rag on the CFL, but literally watch the CFL compared to the NFL. You watch the CFL and it's like highlights galore because there's a lot of little mistakes that happen that should not happen in a pro league. As opposed to the NFL where you see, the highlights that happen are legitimate, awesome highlights that are happening from really good play. Not like blown coverages, wrong man's on field, bad tackling. You don't see much of that in the NFL, but you see a lot of it in the CFL. But if you're a CFL watcher, you think the CFL is the best football ever until you watch NFL and you're like, oh, that's what football is supposed to look like. Oh shit, damn. Same thing with college football in Canada. There's not a team in Canada that has a chance against any team in the NCAA Division 1. Take the best Canadian football team and put them against the worst Division 1 football team. And Canada's team's getting their ass whooped. I'm being honest. I'm being honest from experience. Because the level of play is that much greater when you're against people who are really good and coached better. Now, when you're looking at Jake Paul and the guys he's fought in the past and now, you're looking at a bunch of guys who are not boxers. I'm not going to take away from Jake. Jake's handling his business. Jake is in there whoopee-teeing ass. I'm talking, he's whooping ass. Like, he's knocking dudes out and sending them back. Like, he's sending them back a couple careers. Like, Woodley, I would not even think about doing anything else but living off that meme that you're going to have made of you forever. Because I don't know if there is a meme yet, but there's going to be a meme of a man going night-night. Because, wow. But I want to just show some of this so you guys can understand. Like, if you're boxing fans, you understand that this isn't good boxing. Again, I'm not hating on this. I'm not hating on it at all. I'm telling it like it is. I want you to watch some certain things, right? Okay, we're going to watch a couple things here, okay? I want you to, how many times these guys have their hands down, number one? Hands are down. Hands down again. Both their hands are down. Both their mouths are open, right? Look at his guard. Woodley's doing this. Like this. It's not this. When you're boxing, it's this. So if you get punched, you can parry, you can block, but doing this stuff, drop your hand. If these guys are fighting legitimate boxers, they both get knocked the F out. Now you're gonna say, oh, what about Mayweather? That was obviously, guys, let's be serious. That was a joke. Let's be serious. If you guys actually think that was a legitimate fight, like a legit fight, it was an expedition. Okay, you're not allowed to knock anybody out in an expedition. I mean, like, not, but there's rules in expeditions, whatever, right? Expeditions. Sorry. Anyway, so let's just kind of go through a couple of these fights before the big knockout. Now, I'm not gonna take away anything from Jake when it comes to him finishing and doing what he's doing. The guy gets to spend his time learning how to be a better boxer for his skill, so he can fight other guys that are maybe around his skill. Now, if you're watching, look, mouths open. Both these guys' mouths are open. We're gonna come over here. I'm gonna freeze frame anything. Whoop, mouth open, hands down. Mouth open, hands down. Let's go another one. Mouth open, charging, hands down, hands down, hands down. This is bad boxing. This guy's on his heels. They're both on, look, heels. This is bad boxing. Freeze frame, right? Why are you charging with your head? This is bad boxing, guys. If you guys don't know any better, you'll think this is amazing boxing. This is bad boxing. Look again. What is he? I'm freeze framing. You can freeze frame real boxing. You're not going to see any of this. Mouth open. Boom, over here. Like, look at the gentleman. Okay, let's just go over here for a bit. Watch a little here. All right. Hands down. Hands are down. Right? And this is a I forget who this is from, but this is from I don't know who's this video this is, but this is basically the best of the entire fight. So just this little fast forward, you can see, like, look at charging with his head. Like, look at this. This is not good boxing, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen in circles. This is not good boxing whatsoever. Right? Now, the knockout, I'm gonna go to the knockout here. Because the knockout is the knockout is exactly what Woodley deserves. Woodley deserves to get his ass knocked out because, number one, if you're not a boxer and you start boxing, and I remember when I started boxing, I remember every single time my hands got down, I got dopped in the face. Bop, put your hands up. Bop, put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Even when they fake hitting my body, keep your damn hands up. You can block your body without lowering your hands so much, right? That's why you have these things to move, right? This is not good boxing. But again, I have to give Jake credit where credit is due because he used some awesome technique and skill for this knockout. A really simple, easy look down, get your guy to kind of lower his guard, and then whack him in the face. It's precise, precision, and fantastic. And that's what I got to give Jake credit for sure. This is amazing shit. I love this. Boom! Oh! Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I watch it. We gotta watch this again. Look, man, my man went night. I'm talking night. Bloop. And I'm talking fell right down and like he broke his fall with his forehead. That's, he just got knocked out and knocked in the chin, and then more head trauma hitting that, hitting the canvas there. Not like, let's just watch this. Now watch. We're already freeze frame. Jake Paul's mouth's open. Woodley's hands are completely down. I don't even know what he's doing. Like, why? What are you doing? If you're not like, even good boxers hold your hands up. But like, if you don't know about boxing, keep your hand up. Keep your damn hands up. There we go. I'm gonna turn this up loud as hell too. Listen. Boom! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow! Yo, that's like going into 2022. Like, bing! Like that was absolute. Let's watch this in. They're gonna show us in slow motion. My man is on the ground snoozing. There's a video on Instagram, like from like the canvas, like you can see up. That is just, I'll try and find that, but here we're gonna go to the slow mo here. They're gonna show this. Look, he looks down. You see him looks down. He lowers his guard. Boom! Awesome. And that right there on Jake, that is a awesome freaking hook. That is a phenomenal. Look at that. That is all hips. That is all. Look how he turned this. Look at this. Oh, look. You can see when the hip is already turning. Here comes the punch. That punch came from the hip. That is good technique. Got to give it to Jake Herrera. That is good technique. Yoinks. Done. He is just. Looks down, lowers his. Look, what are you doing? What are you doing? Keep your hands up. Take the body shot. Look, the likelihood of you getting knocked out by getting a body shot than getting shot and hit in the chin like that. At least if he had a body shot, he could go on the ground, catch his breath for a minute, woo, then get up and live to see another round. But lower your guard, you deserve to get your ass knocked out. Zoinks. And my man turned it. Look, my man here, Woodley, come on, homie. Look, he looks down. Come on. What kind of parry is that? What are you gonna, you thought it was gonna block a kick or something. These guys aren't trained. Yoinks. Oh, ouch. Yoinks. Ow. But all I want to say is on this is like, good. We can all, most people don't like Jake Paul. That's cool. I don't know him, like him. I think he's a bit of a clown, but whatever. Doesn't matter. What I like about Jake is that he has he said everything he wanted to do with conviction and did it. And he had the choice to do everything he wanted to do. Everyone he chose to fight had a choice to put everything they had to put in this. All those guys had way more to lose than Jake Paul. Jake Paul is just a YouTuber, blah, 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 blah. These guys are trained fighters. He's not getting, Joe Blow up the street. He's getting guys who've been in the ring, who've been in the octagon. You know what I'm saying? So these guys had every opportunity, just like Jake did, to bring their absolute best. And what I like about Jake is he's been consistent. He's been consistent about his shit talking. He's back to shit talking up. And you have to admire that kind of stuff because the guy's a dreamer. And anybody at his level, he makes both the Pauls, they make a ton of money. They don't have to work that hard. They can just call it a day. He didn't have to do anything after the first fight with Mayweather or the first Woodley fight. He could have just been like, whatever. But he continues to strive after whatever goal he's putting out for himself. He keeps going. And that is what I can jump on. I can jump on that bandwagon any day of the week. Jake Paul's got all my respect. Woodley, I mean, man, you got to figure it out, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, if you're going to talk shit and go in the ring, please back it up. But we can learn from Jake because this year has been a really good year for me. Despite a couple things that happened that are out of my control, this year has been a great year for me because I've been able to, do everything that I've wanted to do and put my sights on. And I want you guys to think of the same thing. Coming into the new year, I want you to think about, look, New Year's resolutions, whatever. I want you to take all the successes from this year and continue those successes the next year. Take all the things that you're already doing really well at, or starting to get really, you might have started getting your stride. Take that and keep that stride going in 2022. And all the negative crap that happened, leave it here. Leave it in 2021. Leave it there. And just continue to chase your dreams, reach those goals. Whatever it is you set yourself out to do, do it. And do it with conviction, do it with belief. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do those things. Because no one else is going to believe in you but you. And no one else is going to do the work but you. You got to do all of it yourself. And that's totally fine, because you got to depend on you. And I depend on me, and I believe in me. And I've been able to hit my goals and reach my goals because of that. Obviously, I got great support in you guys and, my family and my close friends and whatnot. But it's still up to me to take care of the things that I need to take care of to be able to live the life I want to live. And that's what you got to think about. What life do you want to live? Right? I'm going to say this and close off on this. Don't get so caught up in other people's results. You want to be a certain thing. You want to achieve a certain goal. Don't get caught up in those results. Get invested in the process. If you want to be a millionaire, you got to start living like one now in terms of work ethic. You don't know what certain guys or girls or circles have been through to get to their goals. So don't get so caught up in the results that they have got or they have reached. Get involved and obsessed with the process. The process is what's going to get you to your goals. So you can't skip the process and start dreaming about goals. You can start dreaming about the process right now and living that on a day-to-day basis. And I promise you, when you start devoting yourself to the process, falling in love with the process, that's what's going to get you to your goals. I promise you that. When you're caught up in the process, you'll be reaching goals and not even realizing you're even doing it. You're like, what the heck? I didn't realize I even did that. I've been so caught up working that I just didn't realize I'm getting all these goals that are happening already, right? Fall in love with the process and the results will come. Anyway, guys, hope you liked the video, guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share the video. Know when we come all that tell like it is. Transparent, vulnerable truth. For coaching, guys, jonni.shreve.com. I will be increasing my prices in the new year, the first week of January. So January 7th, the price will be going up. So I'm going to give you guys time to get on now, because if you get on now, you will have that price grandfathered forever, as long as you can, as long as you stay with me as an athlete. Anyway, guys, so make sure you guys sign up right now. And my merch is on sale, 25% off all shirts. So get there right now. Obviously, my ebook is out right now. So go over and grab that. Go ahead and grab that as well. And use those codes down below. HTLT supplements. Use that link so this channel gets paid. So I can keep putting out awesome content for you guys. And guys, I got some great content coming for you guys. I've been just working my butt off. And I promise the stuff that's going to be coming out for you guys, you're going to love it. Anyway, love you guys. Make sure you guys add me on TikTok and Instagram. Send me your progress pics, your foodie pics, and your training clips, and I'll repost it for you guys, because you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.